I am with the two bills. Gentlemen, we just watched the Fournier report go down in council. Council is acting really, really shocked and surprised and didn't really seem to want to take much accountability. Councillor Duppel, I think, gave a sort of like a milquetoast sort of apology directed at space, not at anyone in particular. You guys were present at the Waterfront Committee meeting when this all went down. You were present at the last council meeting when the council refused to accept the report until Mr. Fournier was here, and then you're here tonight. What's your opinion about how this process has evolved?
Well, Jamie, I'm still sort of shaking my head over what transpired this evening and what was said from several councillors and including the mayor. But we all knew that what they did under the Act, under the Municipal Act, Section 238, 239 of the Municipal Act, it's very clear, and the investigator came out very clearly, very plainly, and stated emphatically that they had broken all the laws, many of them actually. But I guess what I was looking for, and I really don't think I was looking for very much. I just wanted the mayor or a couple of councillors to say, "Hey guys, we really screwed up, and I apologize for kicking you guys out of a meeting, out of a public meeting."
Which none of us got.
That is correct, except for Councillor Duppel. He was man enough, he was polite enough, he was courteous enough to issue me, or what I took as me, because really, there's two people that were in fact kicked out of that meeting. Mm-hmm. It was me and you.
Right.
Right. So I accepted Councillor Duppel's apology on behalf of council. He wasn't even there now.
Right.
He had no dealings in this, but this gentleman, Duppel, at least he took responsibility and said, "Hey, I'm a member of council, and we screwed up." And I accept that.
Mr. Beattie?
Just a correction. Really, to start with, I was thrown out too by the chair, and that was, and let's face it, you heard it.
Yeah.
It was by a threat of police intervention. Okay. And while you, Jamie, were out, going out, and Bill was following you after he had his say, I was standing there and having have a couple of words for them too. And it was disgust.
They changed their mind.
Utter disgust. And then the Councillor Grant changed and promoted me right then and there when I was, in a little bit of a, getting a little bit cheesed with them. I think that's the word I used.
It definitely wasn't a point of procedure.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, no,
Absolutely.
no.
Absolutely.
And anyway, at that point, it was Grant that promoted me and said, "You can stay because you're a member of the Historical Society," which is true. It has no relevance to the situation.
You weren't on any of their committees, right?
I was not.
He wasn't part of the delegation.
Part of the delegation. He also made me part of the delegation. Right then and there. What could I say but to stay? Yeah. I mean, at that point, that's what I did do.
Now,
And and when everything was over and the door was closed, I acted as if I was a member of the delegation, okay? And did talk of the presentation that was made. And why shouldn't I? But I mean, it was all wrong.
But the fact is, sorry to interrupt you there, Bill. You had the mayor in that meeting. You had Councillor Grant. These gentlemen, between them, probably have over 30 years of political experience and are familiar with in-camera meetings. Councillor Carr made a whole point tonight of showing his bravado and the fact that he didn't say anything. He's the longest-serving councillor.
He thought he was actually quite amused by this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
he
on
you.
your tape. It's on your tape, isn't it? But getting back to where I'm also upset, Jamie, is that once again they threw the chair under the bus. Both wheels, clump, clump. She got it, and there's no reason for the chair of that committee to have absorbed anything. She she on several occasions during this portion of the meeting that we're disputing here, she asked for help,
Yep.
and she did not get it.
The mayor was silent.
Silent.
Now, we know that Mr. Fournier has no ability with the Municipal Act
That's correct.
to do anything. If you guys could wave a magic wand, what penalty do you think that Councillor Grant, for being one of the motioners, should receive, and the mayor and possibly Councillor Carr, or even the committee itself, receive for what they've done?
I don't hold the committee themselves. I have no ill feeling towards them whatsoever, especially the chair, because I don't blame her whatsoever for this at all. I believe that Kilger and Grant and Carr, they should have stepped forward and said, hey, we can't do this.
Do you think Carr and Grant should be removed from the committee or be forced to step down if there were rules that would allow for that?
Well, Carr is not a member.
I'm sorry, Grant and
Grant
Kilger.
is.
Yeah.
Grant is. I don't know, Jamie. You know, I mean,
The way it came down, you would almost seem to think, or at least I get that impression, that it was pre-planned.
yeah.
He started off with you, Jamie, I don't know if you knew this, trying to move you into a blogger.
Right. Which bloggers still are media, which was the utter irony of it all. He was saying that we didn't
really
count as
isn't the
media.
issue.
Yeah.
The issue he was trying, he was in a
Direct attack at you.
It was a direct attack at you,
Yeah.
and it carried on. And when you get down to it, there's two sides to Mr. Grant, and one that the public knows and really likes, because he's a likable guy in that. But boy, there's another side that we have seen.
Anyhow, it's
All right.
over, and hopefully
We'll see you gentlemen at the next Waterfront Committee meeting.
we'll be there.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.